Hey guys, welcome back to Ballistic Performance. Today we're discussing shotgun slugs, specifically Foster style shotgun slugs. Let's dive into what that is exactly. So conveniently, we have some Winchester Super X 1-ounce slugs here, and they have a picture of just exactly what this slug looks like. It's hollow, looks like the front half of a barrel or something. There are rifling engagements, and they do put a bit of a hollow point on the front of it, though I don't believe it expands at all. They do not completely engage rifling, even in a rifled barrel. So today we have Herder's brand and we have Winchester Super X. They're both 1 ounce. They're both advertised at 1,600 feet per second. We are going to test them at 55 yards. I think any closer than that, and probably a person is going to expect they're going to do everything they're supposed to do. I've already showed on a previous video with cut shells that even those at 25 yards can be expected to hit the vitals of a deer. So we'll shoot a couple over the chronograph, double check their advertised velocity, and step back and see what we can expect for practical accuracy out of them. Okay, so as with so many things these days, i.e. toilet paper, shotgun slugs are a little difficult to find in large numbers. So we will test 1 Herder's and we'll test 1 Winchester Super X and get at least a baseline, an idea of what they're doing. Up first is the Winchester Super X. And yes, pink earphones, save the tatas. Okay. 1545. And 1555. So we know at least they're in the neighborhood of what they're supposed to be doing. Let's see what kind of groups they make. All right, so we'll do three shot groups from 50 yards, and we'll put it on a bit of a rest and try to give these slugs as much as we can. Well, let's go see what we got. So just for argument's sake, we'll go ahead and shoot a 5-shot group at the 3rd target. Okay, so here we have 50-yard targets, Foster style 1-ounce shotgun slugs. So 3 shots and 3 shots, I believe, and then 5 shots. So golly, not very consistent. If you're looking for rifle groups, you're probably not going to find them. There is the occasional almost bullseye, and there is some spots of consistency, but once you start stretching it out there a little bit, the Foster slugs just aren't quite as pinpoint accurate. That's just a fact of life. I guess one thing to the positive note, every one of these holes is round. None of these slugs appear to be tumbling. So that's at least one mark in our favor. The other thing to think about here is that these are 8-inch bullseyes or targets. These 2 shots, both of these, this one, maybe these are questionable, but if you think of the size of a deer, all of these are dead deer. Maybe not the pinpoint heart shot you were looking for, but the reality is every one of those is a dead deer. So let's go back and we'll shoot some Winchester Super X and we'll see how they compare. So I've set up 3 more targets and we'll do 3 more 3-shot groups with the Winchester Super X slugs. So this is interesting. We have, it appears, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. We'll review the tape and double check that that's all accurate. But those appear to be our groups. Just like a handgun or a rifle, different brands of different ammunition are going to shoot to different points of impact. Clearly we have some consistency here. Clearly we don't here. The other thing to remember is that I'm shooting a duck gun like the people that I am envisioning would be. There are no open sights, no scope, no red dot. This is 2 beads, and it's meant for pointing, not for aiming. So that's the other thing that we're looking at the practical accuracy of what a person would expect, what kind of performance you can get out of your duck gun come deer season. So this is kind of what we're looking at. I'm going to put up 1 more row of targets, and we'll just do a couple more. Okay, so one thing, a public service announcement kind of here. See if I can get them on camera. These are all of my empties. When I'm shooting, especially on public land, I take away all my garbage, especially my targets which turn into debris and confetti, and my shotgun slugs. They're plastic, they're bright, they're big, and they're just unsightly and not nice to leave. Inconsiderate. So please, folks, when you're doing this type of thing, pick up all your garbage. Thanks. Okay, we are going to step back now to these trees. We're going to do 25 yards. We're going to try and get some consistency. We're going to try and show there is some accuracy. We're going to try and show that the shooter is not the source of the inconsistency up to this point. So let's see how we do from 25 yards. We'll do one group of 3 with the herders and one group of 3 with the Super X. I'll shoot the target on the left with the Super X and the target on the right with the herders. Well, let's see what we got. Okay, so a group of 3 herders and a group of 3 Winchester Super X. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the herders are marginally more consistent. Well, there it is, guys. I hope this was at least explanatory, if not helpful. Practical accuracy of Foster-style shotgun slugs out of your average duck gun. I know there are lots of variables here that add to this. The sighting system on the gun, the shooter, the landscape, adrenaline, have you been hiking up and down hills, the inconsistency of the loads. So I know there's a lot to go into this. I know it's possible a person could set up the whole experiment and produce different results. So again, one sample size, certainly not trying to prove the world, but I think this is going to be at least representative of what you can expect. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and support, and we'll have more exciting content to come. Thanks.